By the mid-18th century, the global demand for human labor surged to unprecedented heights. French sugar plantations in the Indian Ocean, Portuguese estates in Brazil, and Arab clove plantations along the East African coast all demanded one thing: slaves. From West Africa to East Africa, the tide of enslavement grew, leaving a destructive wake of human suffering. By 1830, between 40 and 45,000 souls were sold annually at the slave markets in Zanzibar. But this was only the beginning. By the 1860s, this number had risen to a staggering 70,000. Half were sent overseas, while the rest toiled on local plantations. Ivory, the white gold of East Africa, was another lucrative commodity. The forests and mountains teemed with elephants, hunted by skilled African trappers and traders armed with the weapons of greed. Slaves were acquired with the same brutality. Guns were often exchanged for captives, criminals, and the destitute. Traders incited local rulers to war, fueling violence in exchange for human lives. The process of gathering slaves and ivory took months, sometimes years. The traders fortified themselves in strongholds like Tabora, Ujiji, and Karonga, ever wary of ambushes on the long march to the coast. For those who survived the journey, the coast was not the end. It was merely the beginning of a new chapter in their lives, one filled with suffering across distant shores. In the north, the Khartoumers, Muslim traders from Sudan, expanded their reach into new territories, driven by the allure of ivory. But soon they turned their eyes toward another prize: the unbelievers of southern lands. With no qualms about enslaving the unbelievers, they pushed deeper into the heart of Africa, facing resistance from the Bunyoro and Lango peoples. But the relentless demand for human chattel could not be stopped. The 19th century left an indelible mark on East Africa. The high prices paid for both ivory and slaves made this violent trade the most profitable, yet most destructive enterprise of its time. Thousands perished, families were torn apart, and the land was left scarred by the greed of men. The legacy of this dark history lives on, a reminder of the cost of human ambition and the depths of cruelty mankind can reach.